Let's take a quick tour of the Enterprise Hybrid Cloud Service Catalog. We have converged infrastructure management workflows. We have data protection, backup and recovery workflows, disaster recovery capabilities, cloud storage provisioning capabilities, and database as a service capabilities. Let's use our Enterprise Hybrid Cloud Self-Service portal to create a Windows 2012 VM with SQL 2014 pre-installed. As you can see, we've got a default hardware configuration that we're going to accept in this case. We have a series of SQL configuration options that we can customize right through the portal. And with the Submit button and some behind-the-scenes automation, we can create, from scratch, a fully configured SQL 2014 VM. Now, since this is a demo, we're going to jump ahead about 25 minutes until the request shows up as successful. And if we check our machined inventory list on the items page, you can see there at the top, we have a brand new SQL server with a hardware footprint just like we set it up as part of the request. So now that we have our new SQL server, let's initiate an on-demand backup operation from the Actions menu. We'll provide a description. In this case, we can choose to back up one database or one instance, but we're going to back up the entire server, and we're going to use the default retention policy. Submit the request. And just like that, we've initiated a full backup of the SQL server. Database as a service and backup as a service are easily accessible even to end users from the Enterprise Hybrid Cloud Self-Service portal. Now let's take a look at a different kind of data protection. We're going to create a Windows machine that uses CloudLink Secure VM to encrypt all data that's on the virtual machine. So for this VM, we're going to apply a boot and all data security policy, meaning everything on the VM is going to be encrypted automatically as soon as the VM is created. So let's take a look at our request list, where we can see the VM creation is still in progress. We'll jump ahead about 10 minutes and see that the VM has been successfully created. Now, if we open the items page, we'll see the new VM CL-Win36 on our inventory list. So with that, let's open the CloudLink Secure VM homepage, take a look at our virtual machines inventory list, and we'll see there's the CL-Win36 VM that we just created. It's already been added to the CloudLink Managed Servers inventory list. CloudLink has already connected to it, deployed an agent that has encrypted the data volume and is now encrypting the boot volume. And again, because this is a demo, we've sped up the duration of the process, but we really have not exaggerated the simplicity of this. It really is that easy for an end user to create an encrypted VM when CloudLink is connected to your Enterprise Hybrid Cloud portal. Now let's go back to the catalog, and this time we'll deploy a virtual machine to a vCloud Air remote data center. In this environment, we've set up vCloud Air as a managed endpoint that's accessible from vRealize Automation, which means that we can treat it as another resource pool. We can deploy VMs to it, we can allocate it to business units, but in this case we can easily acquire and add new capacity without having to purchase and deploy additional hardware. So within our vApp, here's a VM CSP121 that resides on a vCloud Air data center, but is accessible and visible as if it were a local resource. But if we switch over to the vCloud Air portal, you can see there's the VM that we just deployed. So for this last demo, let's jump ahead in time a little. And imagine we're doing an off-premises deployment, but this time we're going to a VirtuStream data center and we're adding a Windows VM. With a VirtuStream deployment, we can imagine the flexibility of having a lot more control over how this VM is deployed, what we're going to call it, what site we want to push it to, right? If we have multiple locations that we can choose from, how we want to allocate this to a business group, both for resource tracking and for chargeback, what additional security and management and data protection features we want to bake into this VM, what kind of operating system profile we want to use, what operating system image we want to use, whether we want to set a pre-configured hardware template to determine VM size, how we want to customize the operating system. If we want to automate domain management, if we want to create a work group and add the VM to that automatically, we can do that in this scenario where we have a Virtue Stream as a data center that's manageable or accessible from vRealize Automation. This is a capability that we're hoping to bring to the enterprise hybrid cloud environment in the near future.